Hi, I'm Zelma Lawrence, founder of the Kids Life Studio and the Kids Life Coach Academy. So this morning when I got into my office, I got my cup of tea and I took my desk calendar and I tore off the sheet and it said, go with the flow. And I thought, no. Today of all days is not a day about going with the flow for me, because yesterday something happened where I had to swim upstream once again. And I wanted to share that with you because it was such a beautiful eye-opener for me, because sometimes I forget that these things are out there and I wanted to share with you. So I belong to an ADHD parent support group and I like going on there occasionally to encourage parents, support them unconditionally with nothing expected in return. So when a mother, now I've got the Facebook feed in front of me, posted, "Is ADHD a disability?" I got really excited because there were a whole lot of mixed comments. Some people said yes, some people said no. So I posted the following. Absolutely no. Rather than focus on what your child can't do, maximize the strengths they have. ADHD kids are fast-paced, highly energized thinkers. They're creative and out of the box when problem solving. Given the opportunity and a toolkit of skills, they can knock the socks off so-called kids who have a high IQ. Intellect-wise, they are savvy, witty, charming. But hey, this is just my opinion. I suppose you always get what you look for. I believe these kids are whole and perfect. We just need to find the best way of supporting them. Well, what came back was pretty unexpected. I had one particular parent who decided that I was wrong in my opinion, noting I did say that it was just my opinion because I believe all children are born as leaders. As a kids life coach over the last 15 years, I've worked with multiple children who have been labeled, many of them being ADHD as well. So I don't buy into those labels. I see potential where other people see problems. So she came back saying that having a disability doesn't mean any of the things that I said was true. And that was fine. So I posted to her that why should an ADHD child be treated as if they have a disability? And then she said to me, stop stigmatizing labels, stop stigmatizing disabilities. And this is the crux of it. And that's why when my desk calendar today said, go with the flow, I was like, no. Something has to be done about this. The conversation carried on, and the more I try to justify to her that when we look at children through fresh eyes and we provide children who have been labeled with a so-called disability according to the DSM-5 manual, and that child is getting the allocated support and care, and perhaps they're on medication. It doesn't matter what route that child is on, what journey they are on with their label. Kids life coaching is about equipping and enabling and educating that child and empowering them to take their strengths and harnessing those instead of focusing on the weaknesses. And my argument was, why tell a child that they have ADHD? Why not tell them all the good things about them? So anyway, the final comment she made was, if my child didn't have the label, I wouldn't know what skills she's missing and what she needs. The label answered those questions. The label told me where to look and what was happening with her brain. My label let me know that I was not broken. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't stupid. I have a diagnosed condition, and with that comes proven treatment options and a voice to stand up for myself. So it turns out that this mum herself has been labeled with, let me see what label she gave herself. Oh, she's got an anxiety disorder. Okay, so she's labeled herself with an anxiety disorder. Now, let me tell you something. If I was coaching this lady's child, I would be the biggest advocate for equipping this child with the skills to move forward. What this mother's actually doing is holding her child back, holding her child down. And that frustrates me. And that's why going with the flow means people like me, people like you who are passionate about children, keeping quiet, zipping our lips. When in fact, when I look at parents like that, she means well, she's fighting for her child, she's in her child's side of the court, but by attaching this label, what she's actually doing is putting her limiting beliefs on her child. That creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, I really am an advocate for children. So when she said to me that I must stop stigmatizing disabilities and that I must stop putting comment where I don't understand what it's all about, she says, what did she say? She said that you don't understand children at all. So the thing is, she doesn't know that I come from a background of working with children for 20 years. I come from a background of being the biggest advocate for children and their abilities, not their disabilities. But she just wasn't seeing the light through the trees. And so the reason I wanted to share this with you today was because I wanted to say to you, it takes each and every one of us who believe in children's inner potential, who believe that every child can be the leader of their own life. It takes us to go against the flow, to swim upstream, to make our voices heard, because somewhere, somehow, we can plant a seed. Now, I know that in this group, there are thousands of parents, and I know that many people saw our conversation between me and this other mother, and they have had seeds planted. They've realized, hang on a second, okay, so maybe this is a disability according to the medical fraternity. However, in my home, this is not a disability. I choose to focus on what my child is able to do. So I say, take the dis out of disability and turn it into an ability. So I wanted to share with you today why all kids, no matter what their ability or disability, are coachable. And even if a parent like this seems like they don't want to buy in, you can still coach a child, because when you plant the seeds of hope in a child's mind and you explain to them how their brains work, you explain to them, like this mum said, what their disability is about and what makes them unique and special with regards to them, not what holds them back, not what their challenges are. That's when you've tapped into the power of being a true kids life coach who can really educate, motivate, and inspire children to have lots and lots of zeal, which means energy and enthusiasm for life. So if you might be interested in learning a bit more about how you can equip and enable and empower and educate children who may have been labeled or who may be facing challenges, or if you want to support parents better, then you need to visit the Kids Life Studio or the Kids Life Coach Academy, and you'll find loads of resources that will support you in your journey, as well as a global network of kids life coaches that I've trained extensively on how to support children to get the best out of them, no matter what challenges they might be facing. I'm Zelma Lawrence, founder of the Kids Life Studio and the Kids Life Coach Academy, and I wish you a beautiful day.